Alright, so what is good, everybody on YouTube? This is of course your boy B, Bullet RC, coming to you guys again with yet a video. And listen, the weekend is almost over, so y'all know what time it is, man. Let's get into this week's Heat or Hype, where we get into the latest sneaker releases, sneaker rumors, or anything I want to talk about in the streetwear or sneaker world. That is what we do here today. And remember, if I don't talk about a shoe, either I forgot about it, didn't edit it in, or it was just that basura that I did not want to expose y'all to it. Now I know I missed last week's Heat or Hype video, but that's because I was trying to drop the banger of the collection video on you guys. So I hope y'all enjoyed that, and a $1,000 giveaway is included on that video. So if you have not seen the collection video yet, 373 pairs, way too many pairs of sneakers, room tour, all that video's up and live, but watch that, just watch that one after this. And we do actually have some basura on this week's list, and if you guys ever see something on Instagram or Twitter, send it to me, because actually one of the shoes is from some of you out there. Anyways, let's get into this week's Heat or Hype. Alright, so first up for this week, let's talk about these JB releases. First off, we have the Paris Saint Germain Air Jordan 6 collab. Now these did drop yesterday on August 10th. They are still sitting on Nike in most sizes, maybe like 12.5 or some of the big sizes out, but most sizes are still available if you did miss it. This is just an all over gray, black and red, almost kind of like a PE feel to this Air Jordan 6 really. And before I called them the Darth Vaders, and that's kind of how I feel about this shoe. Did I cop? No. I believe the retail price was $225 in particular for this pair right here. Me personally, I'm good. I saved my $225, kept it in my pocket, I'm good. Next up, we also had the UNC or Eric Costin Air Jordan 1 Low. We talked about these briefly, I believe 2 weeks ago, but we finally had the Elite Skate Shop release this week. I believe they're dropping tomorrow on Nike sneakers, so you still have another chance if you went for them and you missed them. I know somebody had actually hit me on Twitter asking me, was this UNC 1 Low a cop for me? I would say if you don't already have the high top UNC, then yeah, sure, go ahead and cop the low top. For me personally, I went ahead and passed because, as you guys know, I had the high top UNC Air Jordan 1, so there really wasn't a reason for me to get the low top. It's not like the colors were flipped or anything. It's the same exact shoe that I already own, just in a low top. So for me, it just wasn't worth it. It was no need for me to spend that extra money on that pair. Next up, this pack. I mean, honestly, this pack made a lot more noise than I thought it would. But once again, SpongeBob, Nike, and the Kyrie. We had his 5 shoes come out. Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, and Squidward. I really like the Squidward pair. I like the color combos on those. I did not cop a pair. For me personally, I knew if I bought that shoe, it would sit up on my rack for a good month to 2 months. I'd open up the box, I like them, say, hey, they're great, wait another week, and then they would end up on Bulls Bodega. It's just not a shoe that I saw myself wearing. Unless I was playing ball, then yeah, I would ball in them, but other than that, I'm just not gonna wear those casually. Now, you guys know how I feel about this collab. I like it, I love it, really like the Squidward pair. SpongeBob, you can't really miss, especially on a Kyrie basketball sneaker. I know the kid sizes, small feet gang, them joints went. I know they had to. Now we actually got some news from Undefeated and Nike. Now this one is coming in on the actual Kobe 4. Other than that, we don't have too much info. Just know it's Undefeated and Nike together. Another Kobe Protro release. I'm sure these will be some type of limited. And if you want any info, I would just say follow at Undefeated. Stick to their IG or Twitter feed, wherever the case may be. Slight bars. Me personally, I don't really care for any of these pairs. Now on to the next one. Once again, there is no set and solid release date, but they should be releasing in the next few weeks, and that is an all over tie-dye pair of Air Max 720s. Now, in my personal opinion, I still think the hardest pair of 720s is the Be True pair. I don't know, the gradient just goes crazy on the upper, but this tie-dye pair isn't lagging too far behind. Just something about that upper and the clear bubble with all those colors just works very well together, and I just feel like this upper is definitely made for those crazy colorful colorways. A lot of colors in that last sentence. But yeah, man, tie-dye Air Max 720, no set release date yet, should be dropping in the next few weeks. Now, a few weeks ago, we actually had a leaked colorway of the Adidas and Pharrell, Human Race, NMD, and this was an all over vault colorway. Now we actually have official photos, and this one does say no sole on the toe. Now the colorway itself really reminds me of a, you know, a standard tennis ball colorway. You got that vault green type yellow on the upper, you got the white sole, and you had the clear gum on the bottom. Everything's all good, nothing wrong with that pair. And then we also have another one that we hadn't seen yet, which is the Sun Calm pair. Now this one is the same thing, but on the upper it is a very nice pink. To me, I like the colorways, but is it worth $250? Would I spend $250 on the tennis ball, the pink pair? Probably not. Maybe the tennis ball pair on a good day, but it'd have to be the perfect day for me to spend $250. I already have some Human Race NMDs that I really love. It more than likely will be a pass, but we'll see. This week we also got another Sacai Blazer on the way. Now this one's being called the Greyscale pair, but yeah, these Sacai's are just all over different types of gray. They have white, and you guys talked to me a lot. You guys chimed in really heavily when I asked you guys about the Sacai Blazer. A lot of you guys either sold them, really loved them, didn't think you really like them when you got them in, didn't like them. It was like a lot of different things, but you guys just gave a lot of good feedback on the shoe, and I'll definitely try to at least get a pair and try them out for myself. Next up, we have a brand new collab coming from Nike, and honestly it's a brand or a person, I'm not even sure, I've never heard of it before, but it is Peace -1 and a Nike Air Force One. Now as you guys can see, the sole kind of looks scuffed. It has like these black marks on it, but I believe the upper, how it looks is that the paint is gonna peel off of them. That's just how I feel, because in this side picture, you guys can see there is pieces of the paint that are kind of missing, and it seems like there's something underneath of it. Now there also is a sunflower, I believe, on the toe, or the tongue might be, but as of right now there is no, you know, there's no info, bro. We just have these two photos. I'm interested to see what the actual pattern looks like underneath, but that's all I got for right now on this particular collab. When I get some more info, I'll make sure to update you. And now y'all know what time it is. Let's get into the basura of the week. And first off, this one might kind of throw some of y'all out there. It's a Yeezy. I think there are about 3 or 4 basura sneakers this week, but the first one I have to talk about is the Teal Yeezy 700. These shits right here are ass, bro. These are ass. Sometimes the weird color blocking can work, and I know that still is gonna be a good looking shoe on feet as far as the shape goes, but this colorway is not hitting, bro. The colorway is not hitting at all. You got gum on the outsole, you have gray on the midsole, you have the weirdest teal placement on the shoe, just on the toe. I don't know, man. This shoe to me just doesn't flow. It is, this might be the worst one. This is probably the worst Adidas 700 I've seen thus far. And I know I was kind of on the fuck the Tephra side of things, but for these right here, bruh, I'd rather put the Tephras on every single day of the week rather than this teal pair right here. Trash, basura, garbanzo beans, garbola juice, all that. From what I can remember, this is the worst 700 yet. A lot of y'all gonna call me crazy, but bro, these shits is ass. I'm sorry. Now this next shoe we're gonna talk about, actually these next 2 shoes we're gonna talk about are definitely cool. I understand why they exist, but they are still pretty ugly. They're both pretty basura, but one of them actually kind of fuck with. Now these shoes are called the Wus Ike, and the guy's name is Dan Sun Wu. He was one of the workers or one of the designers over at Nike, and they made him some shoes that he helped design on, and they custom made him like a Spiz-like Frankenstein pair, 2 pairs of shoes with different parts of the shoes he made. When you see them, you guys can see them right here, it makes more sense. Now this first one, they're garbage. They're garbage. Now this one is made of like the Converse, that new Air Jordan 1 that's dropping. The tongue is from the Air Jordan 3 sole, and then that mud guard is from the Air Max 1 Susan. Now this pair right here is bad. Like, I know it's a 1 of 1. It was a nice message, but damn, these shits is gross. Like, that's what it is. Now this one right here, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I cannot lie. I kind of fuck with these shits a little bit. Would I wear this shoe right here? If you took off the Kawhi piece of the 5, like the heel, and you took that off the tongue and just left the Michigan 5 tongue, I'd wear them. There you go. I know some of y'all are mad confused right now because y'all are like, how could you wear this ugly shit? But to me, they kind of look dope, man. I think the colors really work a lot better on this particular pair. Plus it has an Air Jordan 6 Oregon Ducks PE attached to it. The seam in the middle kind of contrasting. It's ugly. They're basura, but I like them. I'll just leave it at that. let's get to the next one. Now the next and last Basuda sneaker on this week's video is these shits right here. Now it's from a Japanese brand called Greedyup, and y'all were the ones who actually tagged me on this picture and put me up on them. Now these do retail for 230 USD, and somebody commented the exact same thing I thought when I seen them. These shits right here looks like some Bobo ass Vapor Maxes that got stung by a bee. Listen, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. And I kind of feel bad because I feel like the person that designed these really thought he had a banger, really thought he had something on his hands that was just gonna revolutionize the world and change the way we look at sneakers. And it's just not what happened. These are not it. These just look like really bad fakes of Vapor Maxes. Like they got the whole schematic all wrong. So as far as Basuda of the week goes, these Greedyup sneakers right here, these are the last ones. Y'all let me know which was the most Basuda sneaker I talked about this week out of those 4 or 5 shoes we just talked about. Now it looks like there's going to be another Cactus Plant Flea Market and Nike collab coming up. I'm not sure if this is going to be some type of Nike ID, and the reason I say it's a Nike ID because some of the pictures that they showed all these different types of panels, swooshes, soles, all this stuff leading back to the Nike Blazer. And then one of the photos it actually says, let me make sure I get this right, 117,649 options for this sneaker. Now I don't know if they're going to allow people to just do this on Nike ID. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I'm just going to make sure that I'm paying close attention to the CPFMIG just in case something gets posted, just in case a link is posted, and also it might be some type of shock drop on Nike sneakers. Or it could be similar to the Heron Preston thing where there's a certain amount available for people to make. Now I believe maybe 1 or 2 photos actually surface of an actual pair of the shoe, and it says ask about the sponge. I have no other info other than it is something, it exists, and it might be coming soon. Another collab, this time with Supreme and Nike SB. Now there should be 3 colorways. The ones that we actually have pictures of right here are like a black and gray colorway as well as a red and white colorway with a jewel swoosh, and of course the star with the Supreme embroidered in on the back heel. So this is exactly what the shoe is going to look like. We just don't know any release dates yet. I mean, who could have guessed it? Nike and Supreme again? No way. No way did we see another collab from them coming at all before the end of 2019. That was sarcasm, by the way. Up next, we actually got a brand new colorway coming on the Air Jordan 9. Now this is an all over white leather, and you have what seems to be, I think it's red and blue or red and black, but it's all over red patent leather on this Air Jordan 9. Now me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of 9s. I think I had 1 pair, and that was the cool gray pair. Either way, yes, there are no more 9s in my collection, and this red patent leather pair to me, once again, I'm not going crazy for it, man. Not anything that I'm looking forward to spending my $190 to $200 on. So for me, this is probably gonna be a pass. Now we've been seeing a few of these OffWhite and Nike SB collabs, you know, different pictures and stuff from different collabs that he's been doing or working on or that may drop. Now this particular pair right here is green, white, and orange. Once again, man, no solid release dates, just know they exist somewhere out there in the world, and they may or may not release in the future. I would assume probably sometime fall this year. Now we finally got some, I guess you would say, in-hand photo or video of this Knicks colorway on the Air Jordan 3. Now this is courtesy of DJ Khaled. Me personally, I actually really like this Jordan 3 colorway. I don't know, man, the white, blue, and orange, it just looks really good on a lot of different shoes. Even my Element React 87s are that same Knicks colorway, and I feel like on the Air Jordan 3 it looks just as good. So this one is a definite possible cop whenever they do drop. Once again, no release date, just a lot of good shit coming up later on this year. Next up, we got one of the craziest looking pairs of Yeezy 500s dropping in 2019, man. I am so super duper hyped about this new colorway on the Yeezy 500. Yeezy. These are the bone white pair, and they look just like the blushes. Yeah, obviously, I was being sarcastic. We have the bone white Yeezy 500. These drop on August 24th, and there's not much else to say about them, man. It just feels like a lighter colored pair of blushes, bro. Next up, we got photos of a new Air Jordan 12. Now this time it comes in a black and blue colorway, and these are very similar to the Flu Game Air Jordan 12, just instead of red, you have blue. So for me personally, I don't think it's a bad colorway, but at the same time, I'm not pressed at all to go out and spend my money on this particular colorway. Now this one kind of comes out of nowhere, and we might be getting a Yeezy 700 V2 and the same Air inertia colorway as the original 700 V1. And I think out of all of the colorways that you could pick to swap over to the 700 V2, I'm not really mad at the inertia, but I hope this isn't like a game plan to just recycle colorways from one shoe to the next shoe. While yes, it could look cool, maybe like some of the more standout colorways like a Wave Runner 700 V2, okay, maybe you might get me with that one. We already had all over black 700 V2s. You had the static V2s, which in my opinion was way better than the analog V1. I don't know, I guess I just don't want them to reuse or retro too many colors just on a different version of a shoe, unless it's those key colorways, like of course triple black, maybe like a static or triple white, maybe something like the Wave Runner, yes, but other colorways that are just like, you know, over there, I don't know about that. Now last week I was not able to talk about this, but I'm just going to touch on it really quickly and then we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Of course, what some people are calling the Yeezy day, basically the day that people sat on their computers all day long to just catch nothing but, well, L's at that time, but hopefully if you really want some of the shoes, you get a delayed W. Now there were so many Yeezys that restocked throughout the day. I was actually kind of surprised that the chocolate brown 750 restocked, as well as the static 700 V2. Of course, the triple blacks dropped, the glows dropped once again. There were definitely some heater colorways that popped back up on Yeezy supply as well as Adidas. I was even really surprised that the original 350 V2, the Beluga 1.0, popped up once again. So if y'all got any W's, let me know down below. I know a lot of people were just pretty frustrated about the site because all day it was just loading and loading and loading and loading, and some people just had no opportunity to even try to grab a shoe, which sucks. But hey man, I wish you better luck on the next Yeezy or wherever the next shoe is that you really want. But for this video, man, that is it. Much love to all the fam, followers, and of course supporters. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Snapchat, here, there, blah, blah. Of course, I ain't got no shoes, so Bullet RC, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Did y'all copy anything this week? Did y'all pass on anything this week? Or what was the basuda of the week for you? Let me know down below. Also, did you hit on the Yeezy restock, man? Let me know down below. I will see you guys on the next one. Much love as always. Y'all be easy. Remember, $1,000 giveaway is on that collection video. Make sure you go peep that. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.